Jackson, this is Coach Cam Johnson here from Creighton. We're going to go through your video evaluation here of your swing.
Jackson Teal.
We're going to let this roll through a couple times, and then we will discuss some points about your swing. I'll draw some pictures on here to give you some visual, and we'll just kind of go from there, okay? Let this play through one more time here. Last time, we'll let it play through, and then we'll break it down. All right, Jackson. So, a couple things about your swing here. I think you do some things well, and there's some things that need to be worked on. We're gonna kind of work bottom up. The root of all problems is usually the lower half. I know this isn't a big one, but it's obviously a start of where your problems can be occurring. Is even just take a look at your back foot to start. You haven't even hit yet, right? Your back foot is facing that way, okay? Now you have to get your back foot and go all the way around this way just to even get your hips through, okay? So that's just a start. So if we can get that back foot this way when we start, let me use a different line here, this way, right? Now that, look where your hips are pointing when you start. You're facing the mirror as opposed to being that way. That's a big difference that your hips have to move, okay? So that can cause your swing to be long. So let's just start from there, okay? So even just getting a basic start of lining up, just use the box as your line, right? See how off your feet are there. That's the line it should be. That's where your feet are lined up, okay? So you're not giving yourself a ton of chance to be successful right off the bat. I think if that gets cleaned up, that's going to help, clean some simple stuff up right away and not having to make any big changes, okay? So that's kind of just getting the box focus thing, making sure where you're at. Now let's kind of go through some slow-mo of your swing, okay? So what we're going to focus on is this initial load, okay? There's not a ton of weight transfer. You're not gaining a ton of momentum. You're kind of just in the same spot here, okay? So if you look where you start, you do gain a little ground with your front step, like with your stride there, but your hands are back so early that it causes you to kind of slow yourself down, and then you hit against that soft front knee. See how soft that is? Ideally, you can't stop your momentum, and so your weight's going through your front leg there. So watch your front leg. So if you can see how that's finishing, soft, we want that thing to be a straight line with your heel through the floor, okay? I'll get these pictures off. So one of the big things is, I think if you started a little bit taller, all right, and then gradually worked into your legs and just got forward a little bit, okay? I know we talk about not a ton of head movement. Ideally, where your front foot starts here, okay? If you watch Mike Trout, one of his big things is where his front foot starts, his head finishes during his swing just behind where his front foot starts, okay? So let's get to the finish of your swing. That's where your front foot starts. Right, look where your head is. See how far back that is? So you are here, when in all reality, right, your head should be in this line right here. So that little movement forward when you're going to hit is going to help you a ton. So if you can get shifted forward just a little bit with your weight when you go to load, like when you go to hit the baseball, you need to stand a little taller. Okay, let's wind this back to the top here. stand a little taller, be a little bit more relaxed, okay, have a little bit of rhythm, and don't stop yourself so early, right? All your momentum is stopped right here. Watch how quick that is. Boom, that's so quick. Now you're just waiting, and you kind of just go forward, right? So what I'm saying is you're losing a lot of power on the table. If you could just pick that up, pick that front foot up and ride it out a little bit longer. Get forward. You do a better job of getting forward there, but you stop all your momentum when your foot's down. Now you're just kind of falling into your heel, okay? I think if you could just stay a little taller and ride out that back side and get forward a little bit more, like you have good barrel turn, your barrel's connected, you're swinging right around your shoulder, that's what we want. I just think you're leaving a lot of power off the table by getting spinny off your backside, right? So if you look at contact here, if you look at your back foot, okay, we talk about being connected to the floor. Being connected to the floor is where all of our power's at. You're connected here, you're off the ground before, your bat's even around your shoulder, okay? So now we're turning this into a spin instead of a rotation. So you got to rotate through your heel, not spin through your front, your big toe, all right? So that's one thing I would definitely focus on is pushing that heel through the floor and riding out your energy this way through the pitcher as opposed to spinning off your back toe. That's or your big toe. That's where your energy is going right now. If you look at that blue line, it's going down towards the plate and around the ball as opposed to this red line of your energy staying inside the baseball and through the middle of the field. All right? So those are just a couple things that I would focus on. I don't want to do too many, right? Because obviously it's a building block, it's stepping stones, and so I think if you start from the ground up and stay loose and stay rhythmic, right? We talk about all the time with our guys. If the swing is like a snap of a rubber band, right? You slowly stretch it out on both sides and then snap at the last second. If you would compare that to this swing, your rubber band stretched out all the way fast, slow, and then you lose out on some power of your snap, okay? So what I'm saying is, you can tell a little bit more in slow time, right? Even fast motion, watch how fast you load here. Watch how fast your hands get back. Boom. They're already back, right? So you're stopped. You have no momentum right here. You're in a stop position. Then you have to just kind of spin and leak forward, all right? So slow. You don't have to get those hands back so early. A little bit later for you is actually going to be better for your momentum and your power, okay? I would do a lot of big poppy drill. So big poppy drill is during flips. You take your hands to your knee. We did that off the tee. I would do the Bellringer or the Griffey drill where you start standing straight-legged with your feet together and kind of find your way to sink in your back hip and ride that out. Those would be two very big drills for you. And again, even if you have to set a PVC pipe in the box when you're hitting just to make sure your feet are lined up, I think that would be crucial for you. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You guys have my email, my contact information. We appreciate you guys coming to camp, and best of luck with everything moving forward.